Hello everypony, I'm your ace analyst MasterCode, and today we'll be taking a look at issue number 81 of the main IDW series. In this issue, we learn about the only Wonderbolt in history that was, in fact, an Earth pony. Makes you kind of wonder who else could potentially become a Wonderbolt. It could happen. Tom's got nerves of steel. Anyways, Scootaloo and Rumble visit the academy with the young Colt actually taking part in one of their events. Unfortunately, an accident occurs and he's grounded with a sprained wing. I think we'll discuss the artwork first, as that's really the first thing we see in this comic, obviously. Nicoletta Balderi is our artist for this issue, and her art style primarily consists of backgrounds and characters with flat colors and little contrast or depth when compared to, say, Fleeks or Price. Not that this comic looks unappealing, it's just a more simpler style. I will say though that the close-ups of ponies' faces do compensate for the lack of depth, with more detailed facial expressions doing well to convey emotions and characters' general unique facial details. Though there are some inconsistencies that do build up and become more noticeable, like colors crossing over outlines, some odd perspectives of ponies and objects, incomplete or missing elements, and some objects just floating off their bodies. Not the best work, but I can see the future potential for this artist. Back to the story actual with Rumble, who we last saw in Marks and Recreation, where in that episode he was actually given a personality, a charismatic, bold yet misguided Pegasus who learned about the careers or cutie marks not limiting every pony, and thus he became Bat Stallion. We do see he is more responsible, abiding by the advice of his brother and others by not showing off during practice, and he is more aware of others' feelings now, understanding and empathizing with Scootaloo's struggles. Though he needs to work on his tact as he comes right out and brings up her handicap right to her face.
What a jerk!
Though Scootaloo isn't too downtrodden, as by this point she has pretty much accepted her handicap. Overall, I do like the interactions between the two, as they have some short but fun, meaningful discussions, and some cute and fun moments as well. Anyway, the two go exploring, and in the Wonderbolt's museum, they discover an Earth Pony statue, and an old grizzled veteran who decides to spin the young foals a yarn.
Hey everybody, an old man's talking.
We learn that this Earth Pony Wonderbolt is named Windsock, who worked the prestigious job of
a janitor.
We don't learn too much in depth about the guy, but we get enough to know that he dreams of being a Wonderbolt, he's brave, focused, determined, and that he has some really good engineering skills for being an Earth Pony. I mean, look at this. He built a single-engine aircraft, or a UFO. Sure, it utterly fell apart, but still, that level of construction during this time is amazing. The Wonderbolt should be really utilizing his engineering skills. I mean, he built
One hell of a spaceship!
Anyway, an emergency occurs with an injured Wonderbolt trapped in a canyon with winds far too strong to fly in, but Windsock comes up with a solution in the form of a glider made of wood and canvas from a stretcher.
Let's just stand here and watch.
Now, I'm not an aeronautics expert, but I'm pretty sure you can't get enough lift with a design like that. This is a freaking glider. Not only does he float down by himself, but he's also able to use the power of the wind gust to fly all the way back up to the cliff with the added gravity of another Pegasus weighing him down.
Of course! Don't you know anything about science?
So, here's a question. If these gliders that allow non-Pegasi exist, how come we've never seen them until now? And yes, I know, insert comics aren't canon line here. Still, that'd be something valuable for many ponies for things like recreation or, I don't know, help handicapped Pegasi? Perhaps something an orange filly Pegasus could use? Hint, hint. The reason I'm harping on this point is the fact that she really should have been the star of this tale. Don't get me wrong, I like developing supporting characters, but this could have been a great step forward for the girl. I could see a story where Scoots is watching the practice show, feels envious about being unable to fly, having a heart-to-heart with Dash about it, wanting to be alone with her thoughts, and eventually walks into the museum, and thus we transition to the actual story. And in the end, she discovers that while she can't fly the traditional way, she's found another way overcoming her handicap. Then she could become an advocate and poster child for flightless Pegasi everywhere. That's a great story of overcoming adversity, but alas, I'm thinking about what the comic could be rather than what it is. And for what it is, it's okay. I really do like the concept, and the comic does bring forth some interesting ideas. However, its execution and all those ideas are just gonna be one-off, never to be mentioned again. A lot of issues with the art are rather noticeable, the story is decent, the characters are likable, a middle-of-the-road story that left little impact. Well, that's it for today, guys. Until next time, MC